So I'm doing this a tad backwards. Normally you'd take the baffle out first, clean everything out, you know, sandblast it, whatever, then powder coat. Well, I jumped right to powder coating, and I got a little powder coat in here, and then as I was re-sandblasting it for the second time to get the powder coat from the inside off, I was like, you know what, I'm gonna drill out these, drill, tap, clean out underneath the baffle, because like I said before, I had spun bearings before, and I had definitely sandblasted these before. So I want to make sure I'm doing it right. So I already drilled this one out. I'm using a 3/8 bit to drill that out, and then it's a 13/64. 13/64 is upside down. But I got that, and then I'll get my tap, right? My standard M6 by 1.0, your basic 10 millimeter bolt tap. So 3/8 bit to drill them out, 13/16 to drill a hole, and then your M6 tap. And this is the absolute horridness you see once you drill it out and take them off. Looks like that's been there a while, huh? This is the baffle on one of the sides. I don't know exactly, but once you drill out the 6 holes there, it comes out and you can clean it very well. You know, not a big deal. I mean, I gotta clean it up a little bit better, but it is still miles ahead of what it was. The other baffle though was pretty frustrating. So this is the other baffle, and you can tell that that goes somewhere, you know, like, oh wow, cool. How am I gonna clean in there, right? I must have spent 45 minutes trying to clean this thing, and I shined a flashlight down there and it was horrible. So then I drilled out 1, 2, 3 more, and that isn't bad, but this is horrible. And like I said earlier, I kept spinning bearings. Well, I have definitely powder coated these valve covers before, and I never took this out, so you can guarantee that some sort of sediment got into my motor once it warmed up and all the oil was splashing around. So now I can wash these really well. They're not going back in until everything is super clean, and I was attacking these for a while. Could still use a little bit more, but these things look way better than what they were originally. So I cleaned and cleaned and cleaned until I thought I was done, and then I cleaned like 3 more times, times 10. I even went as far as getting some Q-tips and getting into all the different spots. By far the worst was this one. So you've got 1, 2, 3, and there's the 4th one there that stuff just hangs out in. And I obviously did this in the wrong way. I was just so eager to powder coat that I powder coated like first after getting all the old paint off. And I also put it in my blast cabinet, which then all the residual media from the blast cabinet just like stuck everywhere. So I made sure, to the best of my abilities, to get all of that out, and I must have went through like 10 rags and like 100 Q-tips and like 4 cans of brake cleaner. Again, I need a parts washer. Hint, hint, wink, wink. All right, I moved it inside my house because it's much warmer in here.
And as you can see, I got this first one. The lighting's all wonky. Here, let me see. Way better. So I got the first one in and sealed up. I just used these little Allen bolts. And that is some RTV. And I did not re-weld this back together. I just used sealant between the two plates there. Ran a bead. And then same with this one. You can see I'm about to put this on. I ran the bead. Right there. Ran the bead around there. This is the stuff I used. The right stuff. Gasket maker. And then drop this down in. All right, final products. Everything's tight. All RTVs in, and I left that one bolt out because it wasn't deep enough. That was my first drill and tap. But now I'm gonna let them dry. And that's what they'll look like. I'm sure my wife loves this, that they're on the kitchen table. She really loves when I do stuff like this, so I like to do it a lot because I think she really appreciates it. And the valve covers are on the motor.
Looks tan. Wish it were more gold looking, but looks better than the green. The green that was all beat up. A few marks. There's a mark there. And there was a mark somewhere else, I think. But the coverage is great. I'm sure it'll look way better when it's in the car. But on to the next part.